Hello and welcome to I Heart Gardening. This is Nadine. Welcome to my garden. This is my first tour ever and first one this year. I'll show you what I've got going on so far this year. So far things are doing very well. There's a few things that are MIA, a couple perennials I haven't seen sight of yet, but fingers crossed on the Joe Pye weed, but I don't have any hope for my mellow yellow echinacea, but other than that, everything looks good. I won't do a complete tour today just because a lot of things aren't up yet. Vegetables are just tiny little sprouts. But it's spring and I wanted to show you spring blooms, what I have, mostly trees, some tulips. The apple tree is blooming. I did a lot of work this morning in my yard. I was out shopping for perennials yesterday and I got them all planted today. I've got some new stuff in my yard, replaced some trees, added others. I have to show you this one. This is Courageous Crabapple with the pink blooms. Oh, it looks so good and it smells awesome. Still waiting for some shrubs to leaf out here. I got a basket planted up yesterday. This area here, I'm going to make a new shade perennial bed. That'll be a project I do a little bit later on, but I've bought all my perennials for that. I'll make a video on that later. I've got a shade, kind of part shade perennial bed here, and everything is up and growing in here. So I'm happy about that. This bed here was brand new in September last year. Cut out all the grass because I didn't like mowing in that 90-degree corner. And I filled it up with perennials I had from other spots in my yard and perennials that I got from a fall perennial exchange. So I managed to snag some creeping jenny and some clustered bellflower from that. I'll show you from the other angle. These tulips are looking great. Really happy I put those in. And I put a peony in last year, so it's doing well so far. Some tulips I put in front of the peony. That's about as good as I think they're going to do this year. I think those are the Liberation tulips, and I just don't think they were meant to be. One thing I'm going to work on my yard in this particular area is I discovered yesterday I have a vole problem. This tree here that's sitting in the pot was leaning over in the wind yesterday, and when I dug it out I realized all the roots were gone, and I think the voles ate the roots, so I gotta problem solve that. My Juliet cherry is almost finished blooming, and I've got some new perennials in this area. I added a couple of hascaps in. They're similar to a Saskatoon or a blueberry, and I had to buy two to cross-pollinate, and I know they'll grow big and bushy, so hopefully I have enough space there for that. I've got my 3 obelisk Saskatoons there. They've been doing well for me ever since I put them in. They're almost finished blooming now too. What I do have from last year's perennials coming in is a foam flower, or tiarella. That one looks like it's going to be blooming soon. I just put that geranium in today. And then there's something I want to show you over here. The Brunner are up. And they have the absolutely cutest, smallest flowers, and they're blooming right now. The flower is almost like forget-me-nots. I've got another shade bed here on the other side of the house, and everything is up and growing and looking really good so far. Even though this bed is tucked away on the side of the house, it's actually one of my favorite areas just because of all the mixture of textures of the plants in here. It's really pretty. I do have a barrenwort here that's blooming, and again has the cutest little flowers on it. This area is what I call my sun patio. I've got tomatoes planted up in the black planters, and all my planters need to fill in. Last night we got down to 4 degrees overnight, so I had to move all my planters in the garage for the night. I wanted to show you this succulent planter. I bought these at Lowe's and they are just beautiful. And this is my front yard. I went with a purple theme with my annuals. I've got some creeping phlox blooming here. This will bloom for probably about a month straight. Viola, King of Hearts, Bleeding Heart. All my perennials are up in here. And I've got lilies here. And I treated these with eggshells and coffee grounds to help keep the red lily beetle away. So far seems to be working. Tulips are very pretty here. These ones started out white, but now they're fading to a pink. Really nice. And the alliums will be coming soon. And when they do, they'll be blooming at the same time. I've got purple iris, and that's a sight. Hydrangea's just starting to leaf out. I'll have to give those a prune soon. A couple of hanging baskets there. Another perennial bed, looking great. Everything is up in here. Some more King of Hearts, Bleeding Hearts. Those will bloom more or less all summer. Some creeping lamium. That lamium does a great job of filling in, but I have to keep it in check, otherwise it'll take over the dianthus. And up here I have a window basket. I made a separate video on this one, so check that one out. Can you see the bee in there? I've had lots of pollinator and bird activity in my yard this year. So great to see. I picked up another flat of annuals when I was out shopping yesterday, so I'll get these hardened off and planted up within the next couple days probably. Weather's looking good now. And with all that bird activity yesterday, I noticed the robins looked like they were building a nest. And I think I found where they're building it. So I'll keep an eye on that area to see if the birds are nesting there. So I think that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.